Hello everybody and welcome back to FTB Skies Let's Play. We are almost done with our fusion reactor over here. The next thing that we need to do is actually build the laser that is going to shoot into this right here and is going to actually jumpstart the reaction. I already went ahead and made my hologram like I said I was going to in the last episode. All that took was a little bit of tritium and a little bit of deuterium. In here, it made DT fuel that I can then charge the hologram with. And that was just 4 pieces of gold, dust, and some charcoal. Pretty easy to make. So you can see that I went ahead and built a handful of lasers. So that did actually finish out my quest line over here. We are not done with mechanism because we still need to make the mech suit and the antimatter. So we're not fully done yet, but I am going to pick this guy up. And we're probably going to lose a little bit of our stuff here, but that's okay. Because I'm just going to clean this area up a little bit, because what I've seen online that I can do is instead of pumping the deuterium and the tritium separately, I can just go ahead and turn it into the DT fuel and inject that directly into the reactor. So once I get all of this cleaned up, we're just going to move our operation over here. And where these are already going into the chamber, I'm just going to instead set this guy down here. And we're going to just pump this stuff directly into our injector. And then we're just going to pump that directly into our reactor. So let me clean this up just a little bit. All right, so to make our laser, I have my laser amplifier, but according to the quick tutorial that I watched, I actually need to make 4 more of them because it's going to be 5 lasers pointing into the thing. So for that, I just need some more basic energy. So like 1, 2, which means I need some more steel casing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And the way that it works is that it has to be pointing into the reactor and everything has to be powered. I am going to need to make a few more lasers, but I'll do that after I get this initial setup made. 3, 4. And I need to be in hover mode. And I think I need to rotate all of these. I don't know if it can be sitting that close. I think the video had it set actually 1 farther back. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get my wrench, and hopefully this will rotate it. So the red side needs to be facing that way, and then I just need to put lasers on all the sides of this. So I'm going to do that super quick and probably have to craft a few more lasers. To give you a basic idea of how it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both sides of this, 1 in the back, and then 5 on top. And what I didn't realize is that these lasers will actually shoot when you first place them down, and they shoot very far and will destroy any block in their path up to a certain extent. So it shot a hole all the way through this right here. That's funny, but dangerous. I just need to make sure that I don't shoot it in a direction that it's going to destroy anything that I hold valuable. So, like I said, it's just going to be the same setup on 3 of the 4 sides for this thing. I have all of my lasers pointed at all of my amplifiers. All I need to do is attach this to a power source. I think. There we go. All right, so now all of this is building up power. This needs to get up to, I think it's at least 1, but its max can be between like 2 and 5. And then I just need to put my holorom in here. And I already have my deuterium, my tritium, and my DT fuel all in here. So, I mean, I think all we need to do is flip the switch. I don't know what these cooled things are, but I know that this can get like super hot, and I don't know what happens if it does. So I think, do we need to like find a way to cool that down eventually? We will see. But we will just let this power build up, and while this power builds up, I will try to find out if there's a way to cool this, because then otherwise I think we just output the power from here. So I will let this build up, and then we're gonna pull the switch. I've got it set to normal right now, so all I should need to do is flip this to like, I don't know. We'll see what happens when this gets built up on power. This here says it costs a burst of 400 MFE to jumpstart. So we are almost there. And I can tell you right now, I am choking all of the power out of all of my systems to power these lasers up. Probably shouldn't have used ultimate cables, but it's transferring fast enough into these guys that hopefully we're getting there. So we are very close to 400, and as soon as that is done, I'm gonna flip the switch here. I already have this hopefully set to accept energy from this once the fusion reaction starts, and other than that, I don't know what to expect. This guy's gonna need power at some point, because he's currently out of power to be able to make anything. Let's see what we can get away with super quick. Here we go. We are approaching the 400 MFE mark. So hopefully all I got to do is flip this switch and get this reaction started. And I think I can turn that off. And is it going? It's something's happening. It's generating almost 400 MFE. Are you outputting? You're outputting. Yeah. Can I turn you off now? Oh, jeez. My thing is out of energy. Cool. Alright, let me turn you off. So we're not pulling power into these guys anymore. You'll just hopefully eat what you've got. How are we doing? Looks like we're generating. This is inputting. But I don't know if anything in my life has power right now. All of this should be done. All of this is turned off. So you're inputting this, but I don't know if that's from other stuff. How do I get the power out of you? Is this not the correct way? All right, we'll take a look at some of this in a sec. I made a second holorom and went ahead and put it in here to see if I can't get this reaction started up again. So it looks like it is. So that reaction is going. I've got deuterium and tritium pumping in. I've got my fuel injection rate set to 100. And it looks like the heat is rising. I don't know what happens if all the heat caps out, but it looks like it's producing almost 400. Okay, well, it can produce at most 400 MFE, and this is accepting 100 FE. So this is generating, I think, a bit more than this can actually accept. But it looks like it's holding steady. And as long as my other stuff now is getting power again, because all of this stuff died out, I just need to make sure that like my tritium storage doesn't die on me. But this is for sure getting power. Let me turn these lasers off without killing myself. So let me disconnect those, and that should just be kind of holding and steady and building its own power. This now is getting power back, so that means we're good there. Let me come back down to my stuff over here. This is holding steady. This is the gargantuan. Is there anything bigger than that? Flux networks. Nope, gargantuan is the biggest storage it can get, and that's 128 million. And I don't know if there's any point in making another one like that. But I do know that what I can do with this is obviously just let it sit, but I can also water cool it and turn it into a steam turbine that can power the stuff that I've got back there. But this looks like it's going okay. So like I said, as long as my sources of tritium and all that don't run out, so like the liquid lithium in here, which means I do need it to like be day more frequently, so I'll need to start sleeping through the night more because this only produces during the day. But I don't think there's a different way to get tritium, so that's just gotta be the way that I do it. This is good. It's inputting everything. And this is getting 100, almost 100,000 FE. I'm gonna turn the power surge off. So your limit is 800,000 and you're bringing in 100,000. I don't know if this can like output any more. So it looks like 10 is the highest injection rate that I can have it at. At least that starts with a... Okay, so 90, for example. But I think that's it. I don't think this can output any faster. Cool. All right, that looks like it's good to go. The only thing I can think to do would be to like store it in a different way. But we'll see what to do with that. So give me a little bit of time, because this has been kind of another of those back and forth episodes, and I will figure out what needs to be done next. I went ahead and did what I said I was going to do and just put an ultimate energy cube here. So this is storing energy. This is accepting it at a slow rate, but it's not eating away too much. This is still generating almost 400 KFE or MFE. This is doing well. I've got my DT fuel still here. I am just going to keep pumping tritium and deuterium separately, but this is just in case I need to make another hull rum, which I already have one set just in case I ever need to flip this switch. So we seem to be going okay. This is backstuffing enough that I can let the day-night cycle kind of just do its own thing. These are still going well, I guess, but the only reason it's not producing now is because it is almost nighttime. Let me sleep here. And we'll see. Yeah, this is still cranking out polonium. And I've got almost 1,000 polonium pellets. So we are okay with that. I did go ahead and put heat generators on the sides of my tanks, so that way just this process speeds up a little bit more. Probably going a bit too fast, but as long as this backstuffs, I'm okay. Eventually, if I can get it working fast enough, I might just pump DT fuel straight into the system. But for right now, I think we're holding well enough. This is inputting a lot of power. So the next big thing to do is get my antimatter stuff going. See, this is holding well. This is holding well. I'm still slowly trying to work a little bit towards my 100 billion FE, and I've got it slowly trickling. I could probably increase this by a little bit and it not mess me up too much. I don't want to go bypassing the limits, though. That's just going to be a steady build. This is holding well. That's getting input from all of my power sources, so it should be totally fine. And the next step is going to be making all of the stuff for my antimatter, which is just going to be a lot of crafting. What do I need to do that? That's what I need the polonium pellets for. And this is a plutonium pellet, which I don't even know if I have that yet. So that might be the next thing that we need to make. So that's a pressurized reaction chamber that also takes liquid polonium and also takes fluorite. So let me get a pressurized, if I don't already, pressurized reaction chamber. And I may be able to just come up here and steal some liquid polonium coming from this. You're making liquid polonium and then turning it into polonium pellets in a pressurized reaction chamber. So what's the difference? If I take this and I need a plutonium polonium. So this is going to take liquid polonium in a pressurized reaction chamber with fluorite dust. Is that not making the same thing over here? You're getting polonium with fluorite dust, but you're making polonium pellets, not plutonium pellets. Liquid plutonium comes from nuclear waste in an, oh, okay. So an isotopic, I need another one of these guys. I need another isotopic thing, and then I'm going to pump the same nuclear waste into this guy. I got you now. Okay, cool. So I need a chemical tank thing and some ultimate control. 2 of those should get me my isotropic centrifuge. And that needs to be getting liquid plutonium, which is also going to come from nuclear waste. So if I just put you here, and I just need to give you power and nuclear waste. So these are pressurized tubes. These are ultimate pressurized tubes, which I have a few more of. So I should be able to just give you that. And power? How am I powering that guy? Am I powering that guy? That guy doesn't need power because he gets his power from the sun, which is a mass of incandescent gas. So let me just power you probably from the back. And now you are going to make plutonium. And then if I put my other pressurized reaction chamber here, you are going to input... Are you considered a liquid or a gas? Will not decay inside barrels. Okay. So you are considered a gas. So you are going to output on the right. Or the left. Okay, you're getting nuclear waste in, you're getting plutonium in, you need to input gases. And you're also going to need fluorite dust and water. So for the water, I can just get some more pipes. So you're going to input liquid from the back, and you are going to configurator to pull and go in here. All of these are just weird with their sides. So I'm just going to say that you are going to output gas from all sides. And that should pop you in there. Okay, so then I just need an exporter. Nope. I guess I could also do that if I'm really confused on how this stuff goes. So you are going to input items from the top, and you are going to do fluorite dust into this guy. Which should eventually... I just need to be producing more nuclear waste. Because all of these are empty. How can I produce more nuclear waste? It's by speeding up this process, but if I speed up this process, I burn water too fast. I figured it out that I didn't have this sidedness correct, which I don't like some of the way that this is sided. There's no way to know always what the front, back, or side of these machines are. That doesn't matter. So the point is we are now getting polonium or plutonium in here. So what's going to happen basically is that this is full of nuclear waste. The nuclear waste is going to back up into this one, which is then going to output plutonium in here, which then when reacted with the fluorite dust is going to make me, hopefully, the plutonium pellets that I need. So basically during the day, while this is active, it's going to pull the nuclear waste and make it into polonium pellets. Then at night, this is going to do its thing and it's going to make plutonium pellets. The only thing I need now is to actually just sit and wait for enough plutonium pellets to start building up. So we'll see what happens with this. While I'm waiting for some more plutonium pellets, I need to get those right every time. While I'm waiting on more plutonium pellets to generate and get crafted, I am going to try to do something a little different. So I looked it up, and if I use sodium as a coolant in my fission reactor, this guy over here, if I use sodium for that, it'll cool it a lot faster than water, and I could probably generate a bit more speed out of it, and more speed would then equal more nuclear waste, and more nuclear waste would equal faster production of polonium and plutonium. So I've got myself an electrolytic separator right here. I need to move it back one more block. Right there. You're going to input brine, and then it's going to create sodium and chlorine, which I kind of don't think chlorine can really be used for anything. Chlorine can be crafted into liquid chlorine, which just kind of exists. There's really nothing. I mean, eventually, like hydrogen chlorine, which I think I can then pump into this guy to make my crafting run a little bit faster and like get more stuff out of it. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I do know that if I just dump excess for right now, I can build up on sodium, and then I can take that sodium and put it in my fission reactor. So I just need to get power to this guy. So let me grab some more cable, and I could probably craft a little bit more from that as well. And then we will come down under here. I went ahead and also made myself this personal shrinking tool device thing, and it's come in really handy so far. I forgot that it kind of existed in this mod pack, so let me find out where my power is coming from over here. Because I know I've got cable running somewhere. Yeah, right here. So if I just come down from you. Oh gosh, okay. So if I just come down here. That's a pressurized tube. That's the one thing about the shrinking tool, is that you do kind of get clipped into walls. So cable all the way out here. That should give my electrolytic separator the power it needs. And it's just going to be pumping out sodium. And then I can take that sodium and I can port it over to that over there. So that's just going to be me running some pipe over to that side, which I know y'all probably don't want to watch. So I will do that off camera, but then I will show you the result when I get over there. All right, we are very, very close to the wrapping up point for this episode. So I'm going to just go ahead and leave it here. And then we will move on to a little bit of what needs to come next after all of this. So thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope that you guys have still been enjoying this series, even though it is kind of hectic right now. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.